so this is my lovely client, and as you can see, her hair is already blow dried, so I'm gonna go ahead and start the parting process. So I'm parting her hair from ear to ear. This is gonna serve as her first row. Now, depending on your client, that first row that's parted from ear to ear may be big enough to be split in half and serve as 2 rows. But for this client and majority of my clients, it serves as 1 row. Now, I'm trying to get it as clean as possible, but I'm not focusing on getting it crisp. Not yet. I am sort of a perfectionist, so it takes me a little longer, but I'm just cleaning it up as good as I can. Baby, and do y'all see that part? Yes, this is a rough draft and it's looking good. And I want to stress that I have not used any product yet. There is no reason why you should be using product for your pre-parting process. No reason at all. Now that I have the hair parted the way I want it to be parted, I'll go ahead and braid the hair down so I can get it out the way. Alright y'all, so I'm going to go ahead and work on that section that was put away for the time being. I'll go ahead and take it out its ponytail, and we're going to start by splitting it down the middle. I like to determine the middle by using the braid that I originally had put down. So, yes, we're going to go ahead and part that. Now, as stated before, it does not have to be crisp, but I do like it neat because this will be your foundation. And side note, y'all, but I love parting her hair. She literally has the softest hair I've ever touched. But as you can see, I made my way to the front of her, and I'm working on the middle part still. This time I'm using her nose as a guide. They thought I was gonna fall off. I hate to bring you bad news. So many rays, a bitch can't even see the flow. From Atlanta to LA, the only time I'm back and forth. She make you pay, rich, get you both. They the Bentley to valet and lay that. Now y'all, once I got that bust down middle part, you heard me? I'm going to take one side and put that in a ponytail. And it's hard to see from this side, but once I go to the other side, you'll be able to see a little bit better. But I am just parting her hair from behind her ear and going to the top of her head. Let me pop off, leave the club, sloppy drunk, come home and get my rocks out. Heard from the south, he trying to see me knock his socks off. Told him, meet me at the top, think they got lost. And once I have that parted to my liking, I'm going to take that back half and braid it down to get it out the way as well. And I'm going to do the same thing to the front half, as you'll see in a little bit. I don't go like Reese. She thought I would kiss her. She must ain't took a mix. Around my neck, it cuffs arm and leg. Swear they said for life, I let them give me pre. I done it all. Feel like shot it low. Left me to the pain, but this not a joke. Say she got a problem. Imaginary smoke. Set it up. Now, this is what I was explaining a little bit earlier when I was telling you guys that you're going to be able to see it better on the other side. But I'm just parting it behind her ear. I don't go directly behind her ear. I do leave a few inches. I don't know why I do it this way. I just feel like it works better for me. Some people do go directly behind the ear, but I prefer to give it a few inches. I'm also lining that top half up with the top half from the other side. And y'all, as y'all can see, my client is cracking up. We be having the best time together, y'all. We talk about anything under the sun. But yeah, y'all, I am the fastest pre-parter alive. I gets down. I do not play. But nah, for real. Once again, once I get the part looking how I want it, I will go ahead and I braid that back half down. I done it all. Feel like shot it low. Left me to the pain, but this not a joke. Say she got a pop, imaginary smoke. And I know when my foundation is going to be looking good because y'all see that little section right there? It looks like a rainbow to me. So that's what I always check for. I check for the rainbow. And when it's parted good enough to look like a rainbow, I'm going to section it out the way. Alright y'all, so once I have that sectioned off, I'm working on that middle part again. This is going to be a lot easier than when I was previously trying to make the middle part because I don't have that long of a section to do because I'm only doing it from the very front all the way to the little rainbow section. And as previously stated, to get that perfect middle part, I am using the bridge of her nose as my guide. Put it on the floor. I don't know what y'all been told. Bitch, your man know if you don't, what's happening? Alright, y'all, so I braided the left side out of my way. Or I think I twisted it because that does not look like a braid. But yeah, I twisted the left side out of my way and I'm focusing on the right side. Now for all of my large knotless braids, I have 3 rows on each side. So that's what I'm focusing on doing now. I'm making the 3 rows on the right side of her head. And I'm going to braid down each row so I don't get them mixed up and have any of them in my way. Smoking on that gas, doing biggest coloration. Just like to run ain't out, but I'm the type to run a fast. When your diamonds hit like this, you don't never see the shade. Got the key to my city, they gave me a holiday. All kind of shit. Let me pull my diamond tester out. Counterfeit. Better keep my name up out of mouth. They been trying. If it's beef, then let me know. Baby, why you hiding it? And I heard about you. Pigs like you. We all know that cat is giving fish. When I spin that head, play that nigga know what time it is. My ex crazy about me. Better be ready to die. I done it all. Feel like shot it low. Left me to the paint. But shit is not a joke. Say she got a pop. Imaginary smoke. Set it up. Then put it on the floor. I done it all. So here are my 3 rows, and as you can see, they are all the same size. You really want to focus on making sure they are all the same size so all your rows can look uniform for your knotless braids. And this is going to go for any size knotless braids you do. These are large, but even if you're doing small, you want to make sure that all of your rows are the same size. Alright, so I have made my way over to the left side of her head, and I'm going to do the same thing I did to the right side. Now, as you can see, I am using the very top row as sort of a guide to part off the top row of the left side of her hair. This way I can ensure that both sides have the same size rows. Say she got a pop, imaginary smoke. Set it up, then put it on the floor. I don't know what y'all been told. Bitch, your man know if you don't, what's happening? Put that shit on the floor then. Y'all like to talk, put that shit on the floor then. All this imaginary smoke, all this we say, she say, you feel me? Let me know. Once we have the sides parted off, 3 on each side, we're going to work our way to the back rainbow section. This part is usually really simple. You're going to focus on lining the back rainbow section up together as well as lining the sides up with the rainbow section. First thing first though, you're going to make sure that that middle part is looking good per usual. Once we have that middle part to our liking, you're going to go ahead and choose one side that you want to start with. And you're really just picking your poison because it doesn't really matter which side you start with. But the other side, of course, is going to be twisted or braided out the way. So now that I have that braided out the way, I'm going to focus on the left side. And this is what I'm going to do. I am lining up that bottom row with the bottom section of the back rainbow side. That's going to make my first row in that rainbow section. And once I get that part to my liking, I'm going to do the same thing one more time because keep in mind we have 3 rows. So I'm going to do the same thing one more time and braid that out the way, and then that just leaves the top section which is already lined up, and I'm going to braid that down as well. I don't know.
Toriana, Monique, Bettiana, Shanice, Krista, Unique, India, Harry.
And I'm doing the same thing to this side. I am lining that bottom row with the bottom row in the front, but this time I'm making sure that I line it up with the middle of that rainbow section too, so that they can meet at that middle part.
Nameless, are you nameless? Nameless, are you nameless? Nameless, are you nameless? Painless, are you painless? Painless, are you painless? Only time I call when it's raining. How you for my dog and you a human? I'ma give you some of my shame, you need some more. Talk to me, yeah, but what's her name? I don't know. Am I recovering?
Now this is our rough draft. This is our foundation of our large knotless braids. We're pretty much done with the first half, and now we're working on actually parting to put the braids in. And doing these braids just make it easier to put it up out of the way, as you see I'm doing. And this way I can keep the hair out of the way when I'm actually doing the knotless braids. So as you can see, I'm taking the braids down so that I can begin doing my sections. Now I know y'all remember when I said I was just focusing on making the parts neat. Now we're about to make these parts crisp. This is when I start adding product and I really start focusing on getting the row and part as crisp as I can. So I'm just cleaning up anything that I can clean up first without product, because we don't want to add a lot. And putting the section up with all the braids makes it a lot easier because I'm not dealing with so much hair all at once.
From amnesia, whoa, put it in the belly by the name ain't Keisha. No, so I make her sick by the name ain't Keisha Cole. I could've swore your name was Ashley. My nigga said your name was Mallory. On the tip of my tongue, I know it's Tiffany. Oh, and my cell phone ain't with Sprint. Now it ain't with Sprint now. But I got you on a speed dial. So I got you on a speed dial.
And I'm bad like the Barbie. I'm a doll, but I still wanna party. Pink felt like I'm ready to bend. I'm a 10, so I pull in a 10. Like Jazzy, Stacy, all of the Barbies is pretty. Damn, all of the Barbies is bad. It girls, and we ain't playing tag. Red, but he spank me when I get bad. I'm in LA, Rodeo Drive. I'm in New York, Madison Ave. I'm a Barbie girl.
Baby, and as y'all can see, that part is looking crisp. Crisper than your grandma jeans. Now all that's left for this row is to part off my 3 sections and add my 3 knotless braids.
Pink Barbie dream house. The way Ken be killing shit got me yelling out like the scream house. Yelling out, we ain't selling out. We got money, but we ain't lending out. We got bars, but we ain't billing out. In that pink Ferrari, we pilling out. I told Tay, bring the vibe, billing out. So cold, we just chilling out. Baby yelling out. It's Barbie, bitch, if you still in doubt. And I'm bad like the Barbie. I'm a doll, but I still wanna party. Pink felt like I'm ready to bend. I'm a 10, so I pull in a 10. Like Jazzy, Stacy, Yuki.
Alright y'all, and as y'all can see, I added my 3 knotless braids, and look at them. Yes, child, look at them braids. You cannot tell me I did not do my thing. And this was a color mix, y'all. It looks too good. And I did this off camera, but I went ahead and cleaned up the second row. This time, once I start working on my sections, I'm going to part that second row down the middle and use that middle braid in the first row as my guide.
All of the Barbies is bad. It girls, and we ain't playing tag. We ain't nothing to play about. You wanna play in the playhouse? What they gon' say now? I'm watching these bitches, I'm rubbing a stain out. Like I'm ready to bend. All the fake Barbies just wanna pretend. Like, oh, let me go find me a pen. Wearing lead, now I'm up ready to bed. She a Barbie bitch with her Barbie click. I keep dragging her so she bald a bit. And I see the bread, I want all of it. And I want the grease.
Alright y'all, so in order to do the second row, we're going to make sure that we put 3 braids on each side, meaning we're going to have 6 braids in total. And the best way to do this is by bricking it. You don't want to line each line up together, but instead you want to use that braid that's at the bottom as a guide. You're going to line your line up with the middle of each braid.
All of it, and I throw it back so he losing it. And I get the box with no shoes in it. Yeah, I know the trick, so I got him ripped. It ain't over it, yeah, Barbie, bitch. And I'm bad like the Barbie. I'm a doll, but I still wanna party. Pink felt like I'm ready to bend. I'm a 10, so I pull in a 10.
And you're able to see exactly what I'm talking about on this side. As you can see, I am lining each line up with the middle part of the braid that's below. And you also want to make sure, just like you did with your rows, that all of your sections are the same size as well.
Rad, but he's paying me when I get back. I'm in LA, Rodeo Drive. I'm in New York, Madison Ave. I'm in LA, Rodeo Drive. I'm in New York, Madison Ave. I'm in LA, Rodeo Drive. I'm in New York, Madison Ave. I'm in LA, Rodeo Drive. I'm in New York, Madison Ave. I'm in LA, Rodeo Drive. I'm in New York, Madison Ave.
Alright y'all, so I added my second row of knotless braids, and look at those. Yes, they look good. I'm now working on the next section of her hair and about to combine each side. So of course we got to put our hair out of the way at the very top. And now that I have all of her braids down for this row, I'm going to start on one side and just perfect that part and connect it with the other side. It's really simple. You just want to start on one side and gradually work your way around.
Thank you for wanting a verse from me. Apologies for the wait, sometimes it's hard to get the distractions up off you. For enough time to jot your thoughts, but fuck it, this morning I got to. I'm thinking about.
Now for this row, I'm going to have 7 braids in total. 1 braid goes in the middle, and then there's going to be 3 on each side. I'm still parting it down the middle to begin with so that I can have the perfect guide to create that middle braid, because the middle braid is going to be the first braid that I do, and all the other braids are going to work around that just to ensure that I have the same size braids. And of course, we're going to stagger that braid so that it falls right in the middle of the 2 braids in the row below it.
I heard you just had you another little baby. Congratulations. I hope you got through it with no complications. I find it amazing the way that you juggle your kids, the biz, the fame, the bitches that's hating. They sit around waiting for you to fall off like the album I'm making. But I hope that you're taking a little time for yourself. Still in a moment or two to unwind between the hectic sounds of your precious baby crying. Do you clear your mind? Must be a lot going on. I hear it in all of your songs.
Alright y'all, so once I have everything parted off like I like it, this is what we're going to be left with. I have that 1 section in the middle. I have 3 on the left side and 3 on the right side, making 7 sections in total for my 7 knotless braids on that row. Alright y'all, so we are down to the last section. Whew, let's go ahead and get this thing done. Of course, I'm going to start by taking my pre-part braids down, and then we're going to perfect that middle part one last time, y'all. We're going to use her nose as the guide, making sure that it's lined up with the bridge of her nose, and then we're going to push that part all the way back to where it falls right in the middle of the previous row.
Doing your wrong, barely been doing your wrong. On days you feeling like you on your own, I wrote this for you to put on. Thank you for sharing your light, your voice, and writing a beautiful poem. Session 32, bring me to tears, be getting choked up when I hear it. Seem like I keep crying off so much since a nigga had.
Next, we're going to make sure that we have 3 sections on each side, meaning we're going to have 6 sections or 6 knotless braids in total.
These kids, and I don't know what it is that made me so sensitive. More than I already was. Whenever my nap, I'm back. I'm sending you this little audio hug. And hopes that you smile, forgetting the stress that piles from all the above. The more that we hurt, the harder we love. As soon as it's gone, we gotta re-up. It's just like a drug. If people knew half of the pressure, they know that it's hard to be her. I'm sending you SZA and Ari, my love. Y'all holding us down, y'all holding the crowns. You ever need something from me, don't hesitate, please. Just hit me and I'll be around. I'm gone.
And as you can see, I am making these braids line up. This ensures that the top of her head looks very neat and uniformed. And boom, y'all, look at that. You can't tell me nothing. And this is the final look, y'all. Look how good these look. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn your post notifications on if you want to see more of these. All right, bye. See you next time.